Yep, and the show goes on. Sorry, I figured I should do another one on this here. This poor little show. Yeah. Hey, so how many do you remember when Trump came into office? Come on, how many of you actually remember when Trump came into office? There's some similarities here. Yeah, sure is. Remember, Trump was going to build the wall, right? When he's running down, when he was running against his cousin Hillary. Yeah. Oh shit, his cousin Hillary. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Many sheep don't understand that Hillary and Trump were cousins, and they're up there putting on a show as the show continues. And Trump was supposed to be building a wall. Yeah, that's right. He was building a wall. Yep, a wall to keep the people over Mexico in Mexico. While George Soros was over there setting it up, getting buses paid for, and giving money to some foreigners to cross the border. Yep, he sure was. So this is how it works. Trump and Hillary were giving you their phony pony show for the phony election. And while they were giving you their phony pony show for the phony election, that's right, the Hollywood show, the script, the act. While they were giving you all that, Mr. Soros, he was over there in Mexico. He sure was. He was making sure some buses were got. And he had enough Mexican families, enough Spanish there that were in a third world nation that he could give a few shekels. That's right. That would be willing to climb aboard a bus and take a ride on down to the border and then get out and walk across the border. Yes, by golly. And they had no problem with doing it after all. They were getting some shekels out of it. That's right. And so here we are at the B10 funeral. That's right, we're mourning a principal. That's right. Who died at the Walmart shooter show. That's right. She was on the floor and in the backstage laughing. I mean, she died laughing. It was, oh man, it was so hilarious. Yep. Anyhow, our B10 victim here, our B10 funeral, our Hollywood actors here. That's what we have. That's right. Our actors here. Here's some more actors. Yep. These two got it down. He just held his head down, and she'll just lean on his shoulder and put a hanky up over her nose and cover most of her eyes, so you really can't tell what's going on there, right? And she'll stand next to him with her hand on his shoulder, the other female, and she'll sort of look down with a half-eaten smile on her face, having trouble holding back that laugh, ain't you? Yeah, it's hard holding back that laugh, ain't it? And then, of course, here's our phony pony report. I'd play it to you. We know how Google is nowadays. They don't want people here, and you're not allowed to share what they push in your face. Oh, there's a couple more actors coming down the street right there. See? Yep. See how she's got her head down? How she's making sure to cover most of her face so that you can't see that that's like no tears coming down her face. And here we are. Yep. At ground zero now. are above ground zero. We're somewhere in that area. Or maybe we're at the border. That could be ground zero too. The border. Where we haven't built the wall yet. Hold on. I hate it when it skips like that. This is why I was supposed to stop before it decided to jump a mile. And so, here we are with our hearse. Crossing the border. That's right. Said cross the border. Not only to express his condolences. Yep. That's right. I've crossed the border because you know that this gunman hated Mexicans so much that they shot lots of whites. Oh, what do we got going on now? Gonna play reload. Go ahead, reload. I don't care. They don't like me. See how they cut me off? See, I was just thinking, man. A minute ago I had a page, now I got no page. What happens if I do this? Oh, there we go. Yeah, backspace. I guess somebody decided they need to cut in on me. Yeah. So there we are, crossing the border. Oh man, it's so easy to cross the border with a hearse, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, you know how hard it is to get across the border. I mean, we had one woman with her kids who walked miles. They didn't even have shoes on their feet because they were so broke to escape their poverty, to come into the land that's in debt. Well, I mean, the richest land in the world. Oh, the 10 richest land in the world, that's right. You know, the fake richest land in the world? The one that has lots of Monopoly games? Yep. Sickening, disgusting. But what is this border right here? I mean, we're talking about the border, right? Okay, let's exit that off. We're not going to listen to your phony pony show, okay? What is that border? And then we have right here. I want to talk a little bit about this one too. Because, you know, the media is going to go on with this for at least, 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. Then they'll drop the story and we won't ever hear about that story again. But while the show was still going on, listen here, FBI has unlocked the phone. Okay? Unlocked a phone belonging to the Dayton actor. I mean, the Dayton shooter. Okay, yeah. And you see all the little pegs here, they throw them out. Body here, body there, body here, body here, body there. That's right. Lots of bodies were here. Some of these bodies were so close. Look how perfectly lined up this. These 3 victims here was just so perfectly lined up in a straight line. Yeah. And they were on top of one that was here, and one that was here, and one that was here, and one that was here. Look how close all of our victims was. Okay? Oh, it's just the multiple phones. Because we know it, see. Okay, FBI, okay, let me get to where it was at. Basically, okay, conference call. Okay, lawmakers were told that the Bureau is still working on gathering all the Bates' social media. Also, yeah, well, of course they're working on it. They got a lot of scripts to type up. They're probably down there in Hollywood studios right now, in their little cubicle, man, typing up all the scripts that they're gonna report. That's not what they're doing. They're typing up the scripts, okay? So I like this. I gotta find the part in the article. What was it in this article? I've been looking at too much this morning already. But see, he's unlocking multiple phones. I read that earlier where they had multiple phones that managed to unlock one. And I was thinking multiple phones. Oh, here it is right here. However, okay, let's see. Bing, bing, bing. Democrat source told CBS News Thursday okay, Bates ever had multiple phones. And it's not clear whether the FBI has been able to unlock them all. Yep, he had multiple cell phones. And they were all locked down. Yep, so nobody could just get into them. Jeff Bezos managed to break through one. They picked the lock. Okay. Now I want to say something about the phone deal. See, here we are. It's got multiple phones. Well, guess what? My wife's known for having multiple phones too. See, multiple could be what? More than one. Take a 2 or 3 or 4, That's multiple. And my wife is known for having 3 or 4 cell phones at a time. But guess what? The others sit there and do nothing. She just takes the SIM card from one to the next to the next. When she gets tired of using one, it's like a pair of shoes. She pulls the SIM card and puts the next phone over and turns it on. Uses it for a month or two. At the time to change out my phone shoes. Takes the SIM card out and puts it in the next. That's commonly how that works. It's not common that people have multiple phones or have all multiple phones turned on with a different number paying for multiple phones for somebody to call them on. No. I just thought I'd throw that out there. But in reality, what we got going on here is they're sitting there at their Hollywood studio in a little cubicle, thinking hard, reaching all the way up the Reno to write down the next script, the next storyline. But I want to see how many people have put the puzzle together yet. See, we have multiple shoes, multiple phones, hooked into crisis actors crying, well, at least pretending to cry, over pretend victims. Because right here, anguish and anger, okay? That's the first of 31 funerals. So there was 31 funerals. But yet, okay, how does one man kill 20 people and wound another 30 people with a single magazine that only holds 30 rounds? Can you please answer that? That's correct. Oh, by the way, something I didn't point out in our first phony baloney, the Walmart Sure Show. It's in your face right here. Here's our so-called shooter, right? And here he is, surveillance video. Here he is being arrested. Here he is with the black shirt, right? But there's a problem here. See, he knew when he got arrested that he wanted to look a little bit better. Notice the pants he's got on coming through the door? Oh, look at the pants. Oh, but here he is being arrested at the scene before he walked through the door. At the scene, he hasn't left. He's leaving now with the cops, right? What's he wearing? How are these? Oh, that's right. He had to hurry up and change pants for the picture. Oh, that's right. He's got to change his pants for the picture, that's all. Okay? But I want to point something else out to you that you should all really pay attention to. Who's coming up for election? Oh, that's right. Wouldn't it be our 4 years and we're coming up to the phony baloney election? The show. The last time you seen this show, it was about cousin versus cousin. And you were given the promise of putting a wall up. Right? Of putting a wall up. You were given the promise about putting that wall up. So we go down here, acrossing the border. So what's familiar here? Well, since we talked about putting the wall, Soros went over and he was already over there working while the cousins were having their Hollywood show for you, right? To get buses purchased and pay off immigrants to cross the border. That's right. because we had to fight for the wall that you still ain't got, right? Another show. That's all that ever was. That was all fakery, lies. It's what everybody loves, is being lied to and fakery shows. So we have the border, the wall, the migrants crossing the border to the U.S. That's right. When the real agenda is to have open borders. Why do you think there ain't no wall bill yet? But what else do we got here? Oh, yes. Looky here. U.S. and Canada military aircraft intercept 2 Russian. There we go. Russia. Oh, what did we find out in that last phony baloney election, the stage show between cousin and cousin? That's right, there was supposedly Russia was hacking the hackers for the election. Hackers for the election. So here we are coming up to the phony baloney election for Trump to possibly have a second term, right? What's familiar here? We have Russia. We have borders. Do you not see it? You have more mourning, and we have phones. You know, we have more fake funerals, mourning. Trump going to visit actors, pretend victims. That's right. As Trump's part of the stage show. He's part of the Hollywood script. Isn't that awesome? That's right. Your pretend chief, your pretend leader. He's part of this stage show. After all, gotta have a wall. They ain't there yet. Here we are at the border. That's right. Yep. Hence they're carrying the body of the elementary school teacher. That's right. Who pretended to die. That's just an empty hearse. That's what you got right there. Carrying a empty coffin. Maybe they put a mannequin in the coffin. Didn't want it to be too empty, right? Okay, across the border. Yep, across that there border place. So, you know, the first election we had Trump talking about a border. We had the media telling you all about Russia hacking us. So here we are with the next election. We have a shooting in El Paso. What's El Paso? Oh, yeah. El Paso City. That's right. El Paso. Oh, that's right. That's a Spanish name. It's related to that of where they would put a border. You know, a border. Do you see how the name fits so perfect? Oh, no, right here, see? El Paso. See? It fits so perfect. It goes right in with the first election to the second election, where we also had to give you Russia. That's right. We also had to bring Russia into this. So see, what we're doing here now is we're going back to the first phony baloney election with Hillary and Trump, the two cousins, up there giving you the Hollywood act, right? And we're carrying on the act. This is part 2. We have Russia bombers. Okay, we have U.S. and Canada military aircraft intercepting 2 Russian bombers, right, off of Alaska coast. Why don't I? Oh, never mind. I was going to tell you, why don't I believe that? Probably for the same reason I don't believe any of this. Because this is all a crock of crap. As I told you, man, they're sitting there in the Hollywood studio right now, writing up the scripts for the next stories. That's what they're doing. Meanwhile, while they're making up all their lies and their stories, and these people are putting on their show, and she's reporting you propaganda because that is legal now. That's been legal for a while, man. You people, the irony of all of this crap is the fact that they could pass a law into effect saying it's okay to have FEMA military exercise drills. It's okay to take them live and lie to the world about people dying that never died as long as nobody really dies. That's right. And it's okay to report propaganda, which is lies. So it's all right to use your television set to lie to everybody in America and everybody across the globe. To lie. That's what propaganda is. It's a fancy made-up name for a liar, for a deceiver, for a parasite. And here's a paid parasite right here. Do you see that paid parasite? Then here's another paid parasite. That's right. The background of the scene of the Hollywood show. That's right. Up there in, where's she at? Oh yeah, El Paso. What is El Paso? Oh, that's right. That's a name that goes along with the border, where we didn't get the wall put up, where Russia's involved. Yeah. So there you are. Back to election number 1. Oh no, that's right. This is part 2 of the stage show. Okay, now I'm through being sarcastic. I just wanted to help the news, the mainstream liars who report lies, who couldn't be an investigative journalist on their best day of their entire life because they don't have no skills. The only skill they have is that of collecting the tool for a lie. To sit down there at your studio or your little cubicle and think really hard of what can I pull out my anal? What can I reach all the way up my anal and pull out and report to the world that is so fraudulent, such a big lie? What's my next big lie I can come up with? For the military. For the military. Why do you think we got military involved here? And who do you think runs your media? Military Media Industrial Complex. Military Industrial Complex. Military. Oh, that's right. It's also in people's face. I don't know what to tell you, man. But anyhow, I just thought I'd bring this up because here we get looking really hard where the border is. And we come up here, we have the first, okay, of 31 funerals. So now we're reporting to the people that this is the first of 31 funerals. So right here, okay, 20 people wounded and another 30 people with, okay, how does a man kill 20 people and wound another 30 people with a single magazine that only holds 30 rounds? So this guy had a magazine that held 30 rounds. And as you see, he don't got no ammo strapped to him, you know. He don't got no clip stuck in a belt strapped to him. No. Not at all. Matter of fact, he even changed his shirt for the picture while he's being arrested. Or not his shirt, but his pants. Because he got these pants dirty, you know. These pants got dirty coming through the door because they sure clearly don't look the same, do they? No, they don't. Don't see no vest on him, no nothing on him. You know, and he was on a suicide mission, so he made sure to wear face protection and ear protection. Because you'd be worried about your hearing and your face when you're on a suicide mission. We all know that, right? I mean, if you're on a suicide mission, you're always going to wear your protection, right? But I thought I'd go back to this picture and remember that we had 20 people killed and we had another 30 people wounded with a single magazine of 30 rounds. But now we have the first of 31 funerals. Damn it, the numbers don't match again. Oh, darn it. Messed up on my script, man. The numbers don't match again. Now we have the first of 31 funerals. Yeah, we have one extra person dead than we had bullets in our clip. All 30 rounds were perfectly lined up. It sure was. I mean, all 30 rounds, man. Think about it. I had 30 rounds in my magazine. I killed 20 people and I wounded 30 others. Because I was magical. I was such a good shot that every shot counted. Not only did they count, some of my shots were so fantastic that I killed more than one bird with one stone. Yeah. I just wanted to point that out too before I got out of here. But this is part 2 of the Walmart shooter show. Yep, that's what this is. Ours is part 2 of the election. I think it might be more like part 2 to the election, to the Trump re-election, you know. And why would I say that? Well, because it's obvious. In the first election, we talked about putting a wall on the border. Here we are on the border. Okay? And we talked about Russia. And here we are in the upcoming election. Yep. Talking about Russia and talking about borders. And Trump's doing like he did earlier. He's going to a hospital to visit a actor who's collecting money, and we have paid lots of the tool. Anyhow, I'm going to get on out of here. I think you all know what I'm saying. It's so in your face. But I wanted to put the similarities in your face. So here we are. Trump's re-election. Right? Matter of fact, if we want to be a smart ass, we could do this. There he is. Maybe you should see him, right? That's right. He was down there. That's right. He was there. He was there visiting actors. You know, the wounded. The pretend wounded. Okay? So here we are with... He was just a young, 21-year-old actor. He sure was. Oh, I could go on all day with this. It's such a joke. It's such a joke. But I just wanted to give you a little sneak preview of what this really is right in your face. Here's Trump. All we need to do is put Hillary right here, man. Maybe we could put Hillary in front of the flag. Because we're coming up to our hour and our second show of the election. Where we need to make sure and talk about the border. And how we didn't get the wall put up. But we got to talk about the border and the wall. And we need to talk about Russia. With that being said, I'm out of here. And you all have a good one until the next show, right?